All right, so quick note before I do my actual showcase on the character, we're going to do a little discussion piece why I think this version of Sukuna is actually the best version of the character. But not only that, the absolute best character in the game, not only for new players, but for veteran players. Given the fact that he is yellow, I do think that tremendously helps him and helps the yellow out immensely, especially if you're an endgame player, because essentially you just have the hardest hitting character in the game. And honestly, why I think he's actually better than Blue Yuta. So we're going to be looking at all of his skills at level 10, also his passives and all of that. And so let's just dive on in. So skill 1 is honestly, you're not really going to be using this tremendously, in my opinion. You're going to be using more so the skill 2 and skill 3, but it's going to be you doing melee taijutsu damage to one enemy while also doing 3 hits, and you have a high critical hit rate. Now, what exactly does that mean? That means you have a 30% chance to land a crit, and that is actually going to be important. Also, the fact that you do not have any black flash rate or damage, that's fine, because you mainly want to be focusing on the critting in general. Skill 2 is going to be the dismantle, and honestly, it's my favorite ability he has. I'm a big advocate for top tier characters having AoE abilities outside of their own individual ultimate. Now, I have this advocation for that, mainly for newer players or returning players, people who want characters to help clear content just in general. And having this in his kit, I think, is fantastic. So, at level 10, you're going to be doing 450 ranged Jujitsu damage to all enemies for 2 hits, inflicts 2 stacks of 30% continuous Jujitsu damage. It's laceration for 4 turns. That's amazing. And then each stack is going to increase that additional damage by 20%. Amazing. So not only you're going to be doing the AoE damage to everybody, which already, in my own opinion, is amazing. It's phenomenal. But being able to stack the laceration is just stupid. Not only that, but you're going to increase all enemies' damage received by 15% for 3 turns. Like, I could just stop here, and he's already busted and broken. It is going to have a 40% critical hit rate as well. Keep that in mind. Now, the skill 3, honestly, is still really good as well. 600% of ranged Jujutsu damage to a single target for 4 hits. Stupid. You're also going to be able to inflict laceration. Again, it's going to be able to stack, so that's really good. So outside of the AoE, you're going to be doing single target damage, which is just a stupid high multiplier, while also being able to inflict laceration. And again, much like his skill 2, you are going to be increasing the damage received by the enemy by 15% for 3 turns. Let's just sink that in before we even get to the ultimate and his actual passives. You have 2 abilities. You are going to be doing either AoE, single target, laceration, and increase the damage they receive. Just stupid, bonkers abilities. It's so dumb. Yeah, oh my god. All right, now for the ultimate. The ability that everybody has been waiting for a character to come out in the form of Sukuna with this, and he finally is here. You're going to be doing... This multiplier is dumb. 2,100% ranged Jujutsu damage to a single enemy with critical hit. Inflicts 350% continuous Jujutsu damage for 2 turns. That is incredible. You are going to be, at the start of the battle, grants poison, darkness, soul stun, confusion immunity to himself. He's immune to everything. Grants immunity to instant death effects caused by soul damage to self. Grants 30% flame resistance to himself. When a critical hit is performed, this is the big part. You are going to be increasing your own damage dealt by 20% for 2 turns. You are also going to be recovering your own cursed energy by 15%, regardless of cursed energy cap. Like, what the... Unbelievable, dude. If you do receive a hit of 10,000 HP damage, or starting from the 9th turn, one time during the battle, you're going to be increasing your own taijutsu and jujitsu stat by 20%. And at the start of turn, you're going to be increasing your own damage dealt 1 turn based on the amount of curse energy you have, which is incredible. Then, the reverse curse technique. Now, I know, it's a Sukuna character. He's going to be healing himself. So what exactly is the percentages and what else does it provide? So if your HP is around 20% to 80% at the start of a turn, you're going to restore your own HP by 20%. What? That's busted. That increases survivability by an insane amount. But not only that, if you fall below the 20% at the start of a turn, you're going to be recovering your own HP by 50% one time. And after the above effect has occurred, change the effect into 20% of the HP recovery. 60% chance of that occurring. So he's never dying. Essentially, if he had damage reduction, it would be even dumber. You also have the dismantle, the counter. At the start of the battle, it's going to grant the counter state. When receiving a melee attack, one time per turn, you are going to have a certain chance to deal 400% ranged Jujitsu damage to the countered enemy. Inflicts 2 stacks of laceration. It's just stupid. Then it's also going to cause the countered enemy damage received to be increased by 15%, and you are going to recover your own cursed energy by 15%. Oh my god, he's broken. Like, I know 2 things. I know I've been out of the game for quite a while. I haven't really touched it, honestly. I decided I would come back if this guy was released, and he's obviously just like, I can't help but smile and laugh how good he is. I remember when Domain Expansion Gojo released, it was like game breaking, but this guy just is a whole nother level. I know Blue Yuta is stupid strong, and I'm gonna summon on him whenever he comes back for JP on my new account, but like, I need to increase my level of all my characters. I need to go through story before I really do a full-on showcase, but this guy's stupid. Like, he is #1 in the game, and it's undisputed. It's so dumb how strong this guy is.